Here's our intro music.
All
right, welcome to Husker Nation Podcast with Dan Powers and Tommy Frazier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On a great rainy, sunny Sunday morning in Omaha, Nebraska.
At the Rockbrook Village studio. I gotta get that to roll better.
Yeah, Rockbrook Studio in Village Point.
Not in Village Point, Rockbrook.
Rockbrook.
Village? Do they call us a village?
Rockbrook Village.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get more use out of this. Last week, for those that listened last week, there was some audio problems, and we're working out those kinks.
Yeah,
brand new.
Yeah, when you move studios and you have equipment set up for years and years, and you finally move to a new studio.
Yeah,
it's just different, making sure everything is wired the same way, and it's an experiment again.
I was surprised it got up as quick as it did. I documented everything though. But now that we got this place, there's so much more we can do.
Right.
A lot more we can do. So bear with us. There's a lot to come. I promise there'll be better stuff. And
hey, don't make a promise you can't keep now.
Yeah. Well, there'll be better stuff.
Okay.
There'll be better stuff.
Well, I believe you. I'm just saying, don't make a promise you can't keep.
I mean, we also didn't record last week because we just got sidetracked. I don't know about you were out of town.
Well, no, I was back Tuesday morning.
Oh. I was distracted.
But you were distracted. You were busy.
Trying to finish up my last few days here in Omaha with current job and employment and moving, and so I was just totally distracted.
Yeah, right, and it happens, and it was no big deal because what were we going to talk about? The Illinois game? Oh, well, everyone saw that.
It was a fun game. The second half was fun.
Well, I thought the whole game was fun. I thought Illinois came out and competed the whole game. Nebraska didn't do it until the second half. Well, so I thought the whole thing was fun.
Yeah, I had fun, and which, I mean, it'll actually play into our conversation today because I think the Illinois game is that kind of game where I'm looking for a single game and looking for the fun of the game is what I need to start looking for going forward.
Well, and that's why I keep trying to tell you, stop. You're getting way too emotional.
Way too emotional.
You're getting wrapped up way too much into this, and then people say, "Well, Tommy, you just don't care. You don't like the program." Yes, I trust me. I'm one of the biggest fans out there. When I'm traveling, I promote Nebraska. I talk Nebraska. I encourage from Nebraska. But I don't get emotionally wrapped into it like I used to as a player. Why? Because at the end of the day, how is it going to affect my life?
Yeah.
And you let something, and sometimes people let this game really put a damper on their life to where they don't want to get up on Sunday mornings, or they're grumpy, or I mean, it's just crazy to when you get that much emotionally wrapped into a game that's been played by 18 and 22-year-olds. Yeah. That's dictating your mind, your mindset, your attitude, whether you're happy or not. I just can't do it.
No, I'm not there anymore. Not to that level, but like night of the Colorado game, one of the guys I was watching the game with, the minute the game was over, he went to bed. He's just like, I can't even deal with it.
Right.
Went to bed.
And there's, trust me, he's not the only one that does that.
No, I used to.
There's a lot of people out there doing it, but I'm just to the point now in my life to where I'm not going to let a football game, win or lose, affect the way I live or affect how I approach the day or the night or the next day or the week. And a lot of people let it affect them one way or the other. And I'm 45 years old now.
Old.
I'm not playing the game anymore.
Yeah.
So them losing and them winning, it's not going to change my mindset.
Did you hear him call your name last night?
Well, I tried to, but with the way the game was going,
yeah,
I think I had one too many drinks.
I figured that from what you sent me. I was like, oh boy.
And then autocorrect. People always talk about grammar and spelling. When you're trying to get stuff out fast and autocorrect changes a lot of stuff when you don't realize it. Yeah. So people just bear with us because I'm pretty sure you sent something where it wasn't, you meant one thing, but when you read it and you sent, it was something totally different. So that's why, I don't get upset when people criticize my grammar because sometimes I type the way I talk.
Yeah.
And I wasn't an English student. I wasn't an English major.
You're trying to get it out.
And so I'm just trying to get it out and everything I do is pure entertainment.
Yeah.
Because I know once I send a tweet out, there's going to be 50% of people who's going to agree with it, and then there's going to be 50% of the people who tell time to shut the fuck up.
I think it's actually, I think the odds are way more in your favor.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure they are, but I'm just saying,
saying.
you're going to please half of the people, you're going to piss off half of the people.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot where I was going with that, but.
Well, we're talking about tweeting and auto text and autocorrect. And,
I also had a thought before that, but nevertheless, yeah, I figured you had a drink or two.
Yeah, but
I did too.
But I mean, it got to the point to where I was at some friend's house. People kept asking me, "Are you going down? Are you going down? Are you going down?" And I'm like, "Why would I want to go down there to that shit show?" And when I say a shit show, I'm talking about the atmosphere. I mean, just imagine people. We got there at 6:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Game day. And they were drinking the whole day.
Now we got to say, game day was pretty cool.
Game day was cool.
It was cool. They had a great turnout. Like, that looked awesome.
Right.
On TV, we represented it seemed like very well.
We did. But I just didn't want to be part of that atmosphere because I knew that I wasn't going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I knew that. So I stayed in Omaha, watched the games home with my kids for the first 2 games, and then went to a friend's house and watched all the way to probably the middle of the third quarter.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter, then I went home, because I had a son who was at homecoming. I had a daughter who went to the pumpkin patch, and I wanted to make sure I was there when they got there.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. No, I didn't hear. I know what I was thinking of. There's somewhere they were talking about they're running old school, trying to run the old school.
Old school I formation.
Somewhere they made a reference to you and need you back there running it. I didn't hear it. I had people tell me about it. I missed it though. But nevertheless, for a moment there, that was fun to watch.
I mean, what? Now we can start talking about the game. What frustrates me more than anything else? You had everything in your favor. You had a night game, prime time. Game day was in town. Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit was calling the game. The energy, the fans were there, and you come out and play the way you did. That's what's most frustrating. Yeah. And I even told you last week that. Well, a couple weeks ago when we did record, that I didn't think Nebraska was going to win this game. I thought they'd be competitive, but I thought they were going to lose by 14 and 17 points. I did. But to play the way you played at home in front of a crowd that was giving you everything they had, and you can only muster up 7 points. You can only muster up 200 and some yards total offense.
Yeah.
You can only muster up 47 yards passing. Something is going on.
231 total yards.
Something is going on, and I don't know what it is, and I'm just not. I'm being an analyst right now. I'm not being a fan. I'm not being a hater. I'm just saying something is going on, to where if this is a performance that you're giving versus the number 5 team, and you say that we're on the right track, I'm not seeing it. You barely beat Illinois the week before.
Yeah.
And then you come out and play this way versus a number 5 team to come. Now, granted, based off what I've seen, I think Ohio State might be the best team in the country right now.
They look good.
They might be the best team in the country.
Yeah, they look good.
But that still doesn't mean that Nebraska can't go out and compete. And compete on a higher level than what they did last night.
Completely agree. It was I expect them to lose. I did. I didn't. I mean, I thought we had a shot in hell chance, right? To get,
right.
But nevertheless, I thought we'd play competitive. We'd play tough. I mean, the fact we only put up 200 yards.
Right.
200 yards.
Right. And I think I sent out a tweet last night, and we talked about it the week before about the key to Nebraska's success the rest of the season is going to be what? The offensive line.
The line, yeah.
And last night, on both sides of the ball, we looked like a junior high school playing against a college team.
That's what we look like a JV team playing against a well-oiled machine. I mean, Indiana put up 10 points on them even.
Yeah.
For the love of God.
But so what I'm getting at is that, yes, do we need skilled players? Yes. Do we need fast players? Yes. But the teams that are winning right now, the Alabamas,
yeah,
the Clemsons, the Georgias, the Ohio States, the Notre Dames, they have offensive and defensive linemen. Period. Point blank. End of discussion.
Yeah.
And Iowa, they run the ball and they stop the run. Wisconsin, they run the ball and they stop the run. Nebraska, depends on an opponent. But now you're hitting the Big Ten. This Ohio State might be the best, but you have teams like Wisconsin, who might be a better running team than Ohio State.
Yeah.
Or Iowa might be a better running team than Ohio State. Minnesota might be a better running team than Ohio State. And we can't stop the run and we can't run the football. Dude, we're in trouble.
That guy, what, Dobbins? against us last night.
Yeah, he
looked ridiculous.
That's what I know.
Ridiculous. The holes and holy crap.
It was pathetic. I'm going to use that word. Last night it was pathetic.
They looked so much more athletic, skilled. They look so good playing against us.
And people, I don't want to hear people say, "Well, this is just his second year. He got to get his players in there." I'm tired of hearing this second year getting his players in there. Those are his players. He cleaned the roster basically clean last year.
Yeah,
these are his guys. I understand the culture is broken down there, and he's trying to fix the culture.
Yeah,
but you brought your whole staff here, so right there you should know how each other coach. You should know what to get from each other. Okay, this is your second year with your guys. Correct? And you still can't make adjustments? Look what Mac Brown did yesterday to Clemson. And this is his first year. And he hadn't coached in, 5 or 6 years?
And he didn't. I don't know. I don't remember where they were last year, but I don't remember North Carolina.
North Carolina they barely won 3 games last year.
Yeah.
But they played the number 1 team yesterday with a new coach, with a freshman quarterback, and probably should have won that game.
Yeah.
So I'm tired of people saying this is the second year. No, stop giving this program a pass. We've been doing it for so many years. It's now time to start putting the heat and pressure on guys to get it done. Period.
It's not going to happen.
I want it to happen.
I do too. And
I think it will happen. But it's going to take more time, but we still got to hold people accountable for what's been put on the field.
The gap is too big
now. It's way too big, and you can't tell me that we don't have the talent to play with them. Because we do. Robinson is a good guy.
He's good.
Spellman is a very good guy. Good football player.
He got the ball once last night. Once.
Get the ball to your playmakers. Yeah. Find a way to get the ball to your playmaker. But me saying that, if you can't find holes, if you can't get the ball off because you're being pressured, then I don't care about playmakers anymore. Find me some offensive defensive linemen that can block, protect, and stop the run. Period. That's how you're gonna win championships around here. Not throwing the ball all over the place.
We had, I don't know, 10 receptions for the entire night.
Yeah. Well, 13 because he threw 3 of them to them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just so pathetic to watch.
Last night
I don't even know what they'll say. It's so pathetic. 13. I mean, I don't see the improvement outside. I know the win-loss column looks like we're trending better, but I don't see it. I really don't. I think we had more talent on the field last year. I could be wrong. I don't know anything, so that's my opinion. But it seemed like there was more talented players, at least skilled players, on the field last year.
I think you had more players who were out there wanting to compete. I think people early on this season, and I keep saying it, they were drinking the Kool-Aid themselves because of all the national attention they were getting from all the national media.
And there was a lot of hype.
There was a lot of hype. And I kept telling people, don't drink the Kool-Aid just yet, because they still got to go out and play the game. You can say all you want in practice, oh, this player's looking good, this player's doing that. Against your own self, defense is playing well. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But how are you going to play when you have to face a different colored team, a school football team with a different color jersey on, that you don't know, just based off film? And for some reason they're not answering the call based off the preseason talk and hype that they were getting. They were talking, and I think that's where the frustration is starting to set in for a lot of people. They don't mind. I've gotten to the point people don't mind if Nebraska lose.
Yeah,
but it's how you lose.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, when you can blown out at home.
Yeah,
on prime time, on national TV, when you're trying to rebuild that brand. Okay. Rebuilding the brand is not going on national TV and losing 48-7 to the number 5 team in the country when you're trying to rebuild a program. So they got to find a way to get it turned around to where if you lose, fine. We lost by 7 points.
Yeah.
But we lost by 10 points. A 10-point loss last night would have been respectable because it was competitive. It was competitive.
Yeah.
But last night there was nothing about last night that said this program will rebuild. The program is almost there. It's not, because you got to set your standards based off the best team in this conference.
Yeah.
Ohio State is the best team in this conference, and is there a 41 points difference between us and them? We got a long way to go.
Long way.
A long way. And even Illinois, look how that game turned out.
Dude, that game was ridiculous.
But for me, I enjoyed that game because it kept you on your seats and it kept your attention the whole game.
They put up almost 700 yards.
So I like that.
That's crazy.
But for me, that's what I like, because it's a back and forth game.
It was a
shootout.
Yeah, it was a fun game.
Nebraska won it. If Nebraska lost that game, it won't say, well, they're not very good.
Yeah.
No, but I like those games where you're on your edge of your seat the whole time.
Yeah.
It had my attention. Last night, my attention was
hard to watch.
My attention was gone after the first quarter, basically.
Well, it was over. I personally tweeted after the third touchdown, like, it's game.
Yeah.
This team has too much depth to allow us to come back.
Right. And there's no way we will come back.
Yeah. It's just not going to happen.
Because we kept beating ourselves. You can't beat yourself versus a number 5 team in the country. You can't.
The other thing that frustrated me about last night is the fact they didn't pull Martinez.
Yeah, I sent out a tweet saying I think it's about time to make a quarterback change.
Yeah.
And people, sending out that tweet was not that he can't get the job done, but you can physically see that he was rattled. You can physically see that he was puzzled to where something was going on in his head to where he wasn't mentally in the game. So that would have been a perfect time, maybe for a series or two, to pull him out, to let him regain his composure, and then put him back in there. Because what I saw, the more he went out there, the worse he played. And this is a quarterback of the future for Nebraska. There's gonna become an important time to where you're gonna have to say, come over here, stand back here for a series or two, get your thoughts. Let's look from the sideline and see what's going on.
He had 47 yards passing.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just one of those deals to where that's why I sent that tweet out, more so for him to calm down, settle down. But they kept him out there, and then it seemed like it just got worse.
Yeah.
And this year, he hadn't played the same way. I'm sorry, people.
He hasn't played that good. Yeah, he hasn't been as impressive this year at all.
And the most improvement you make is between your first and second year.
Yeah.
And I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see the improvement. I don't.
You have a better eye for it than I do.
Well,
but even the normal fan, I don't see it.
So it's not my eye. Just a normal fan who doesn't play the ball. If they say he's better than he was last year, then you might need to get your eyes checked.
This whole team's not better than last year. We just happen to be playing a schedule that's been a little bit more favorable. And we played the games the
games you should have won. You should have won.
Yeah,
all but Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do that last year.
But now that I look at it, should they want to beat Colorado? I don't know.
That's a good point too.
I don't know if they should have beat Colorado.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we said last year, hey, they might not beat Colorado because it's on the road.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think they should have beat. I mean, Colorado had a brand new coaching staff. It just seemed like a game.
Yeah, but for me, everyone said brand new coaching staff. Sometimes having a brand new coaching staff gets kids more motivated because they don't have
Ohio State.
They don't have those preconceived notions about this player or that player until they get them out on the field.
Yeah.
So it goes back to where how much has this team truly improved? And last night showed me that they're probably like they were last year.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And they got a tough game coming up, Northwestern, who beat Nebraska the last 2 years, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
So I mean, the Big Ten is not. It's all about matchup opportunities, and Nebraska. They won't say the schedule's easy this year. For me, I don't care how easy the teams look. Those teams are improving too.
Well, even after last night, it made me rethink a little bit because we had the conversation 2 weeks ago about will they win 6 more games?
Right.
There's no freaking way. I was back and forth thinking they had if they play their best game, they could win 6. There's no way. There's no way they win 6 more games. No way.
You think that?
Now.
But okay.
No way.
No, but we look at the schedule though based on, and we took out Ohio State.
That was yeah.
And we already knew they weren't going to win Ohio State. We took out Wisconsin, and Iowa was a toss up. But all the rest of the games, and I based it off of based off where the O-line is playing right now. I didn't say quarterback play. I didn't say defensive play. I said based off the way our offensive line is playing right now. Do you think we can win 6 more games? And that was last week after they beat Illinois.
Yeah.
Now what people think?
Well, I'm very confident to say no way now.
Oh, okay.
Me personally, and I wasn't confident, but now after really seeing how where this team really sits and the gaps and them exposing how bad our line is,
and then winning 6 more games, they'd have been 9-3, 8-4 at worst.
No, they're gonna have Northwestern, Minnesota. Those 2 teams are going to give them. Indiana played Michigan State well yesterday. None of these games are giving me anymore.
Exactly.
None of them. Not at this point.
So that's why
Purdue,
I base
Maryland.
it off. So I just base it off. I base it off on what I see from Nebraska. That's what I base it off on.
The game.
And I go back to the offensive line. And last night the offensive line didn't show up. Well, they did, but they didn't do anything.
They got destroyed.
And
they got manhandled. Ohio State looks so much more physical.
They are. And people say, well, they get best. Yeah, they go out and recruit the best because they win. But and they also have pretty good recruiters on that side on that program.
What did they say?
47 yards passing,
and I don't remember what the rushing was.
189, I think like 184 yards rushing.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get it, and I hope Nebraska can win in the rest of their games and make it to the Big Ten championship, and they play Ohio State. Because you know what? It'll be the same outcome.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. I don't think we get past Wisconsin by any means, though.
The only chance I give that game is that they play them at home. That's what I give. They play them at home. But what happened last couple times the Wisconsin came here?
Kick the crap out of us.
Yeah, so all I can do is base things off history and base things off matchups, and these teams are owning Nebraska. And so, once again, do you look at the schedule? Do you think Nebraska can win 5 more games based off where the offensive line is playing? And like I said, I'm not going to say quarterback. I'm not going to say receivers. I'm not going to say defensive backs. I'm not going to say linebackers. I'm going to say offensive line and defensive line. The way those two teams, the way those 2 units are playing right now, do you think we can win? I'm going to take down 5 more games.
You could say, I don't know. You could say
because each game there's one less game on the schedule. So
yeah.
There's one less opportunity to win. So
at this point, I don't know what they expect. We could lose the rest of them, as far as I know. Like I just have no idea of what to think now. I mean, Illinois gave us a real run for our money,
right?
And they're probably statistically one of the worst teams in the Big Ten,
right?
And now we're gonna go play
Northwestern
and Minnesota. Like,
yeah, I'm just.
We could end this season just like we did last year, very similar record, very similar, very easily that could happen.
You could.
We don't have outside the line. You said the line. We don't have the receivers we had last year. I think we really missed not having Morgan back there.
Well, I think he missed Morgan. I also think he missed Zigbo.
We don't seem like Zigbo too, but we don't seem like we have a real threat downfield.
No, because we're slot receivers. We have slot guys. Yeah. But if you look at all the top teams out there, they got a guy who can stretch the field on the boundaries. They do.
Yeah.
And we don't have that guy.
Yeah.
Nebraska's more tempo. Let's keep it going. Let's keep them rolling. Keep them reeling. And what happened last night when Nebraska started getting rolling? Oh, let's just call a timeout.
Yeah.
Let's call a timeout.
I thought that was actually slick on Ohio State.
Yes.
It was a smart move.
That's why you have timeouts. Oh, wait a minute. Let's calm down. Timeout.
Let's slow them down. I was impressed by that move. I don't know if the people I was watching with didn't even know there was a timeout called. They missed it, but I'm like, that was slick.
I knew it. And what happened? Defense called their win, got their breath. Okay, now let's go.
Yeah.
So you just have a better coaching staff of that. And this is his full year being a head coach.
Yeah.
And I know he has players, but you still got to coach them. You still got to get them in the right situation.
Yeah.
And They did a better job last night of being prepared. And Nebraska wasn't prepared.
I also like, to be quite honest, how there was no mercy at the beginning of that game.
Why would they?
No, they shouldn't. But I heard people saying, we're luckily they didn't turn it on and they didn't run up 80 points and you could say, but the first half they were just. Yeah, I'd love at the end. What was it? Just a couple minutes left, and they're calling timeout. They're putting themselves in a position
to be successful.
Yeah,
and that's what the great teams do. And that's why they are.
Yeah.
They might be the number 2 team this week. Because they are that good, people. I'm sorry, but they are that good. And I've watched Clemson on TV, and Clemson's a good football team, but I don't think they're national championship caliber this year. I watched Alabama play. Alabama's a good team.
Yeah.
But I just think with the gauntlet they got to run in the SEC, they're going to knock each other off, or they're going to get beat up too much.
Yeah.
If Ohio State maintain what they're doing right now, you could be seeing the national champion. That team there.
I'm just looking.
With a sophomore quarterback transfer. Think about that.
That guy looks. He's a weird looking guy. but
he's productive.
He is. I'm not knocking it. I'm just he's a.
Would you rather have him or
oh yeah,
Martinez right now?
No, definitely him. Definitely, no doubt.
And I'm not questioning Adrian. I think Adrian's going to be a great football player here in the years to come. But based off on the way they're playing right now, who would you rather have?
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind.
So
he looks so much more. I mean, he should look better, more calm. I mean, he was so much better protected back there. He had so much time.
Right, and he has more weapons with him. And I get that. As people, I'm not dumb and naive. Don't say, hey, would he be that way if he was still playing at Georgia? He couldn't win a starting job at Georgia. That's what people. Sometimes getting yourself into the right situation changes your whole outlook on things.
Yeah,
it does. And by him leaving, look what happened. Look at the quarterback at the University of Washington who couldn't beat out from. He's at the University of Washington. I talking about he's a first-round draft pick. Eason.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes changing your surroundings, your environment, makes you become a better player.
The game, Ohio State plays Wisconsin in 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks, yep.
That'll be a good game. That'll be an interesting game. Quite honestly, that's probably the game to decide the Big Ten. Maybe Penn State looks pretty good still.
Penn State looks pretty good. But there's a lot of football today because, Iowa looks good. So there's a lot of football games that still be played. Michigan State goes, as long as they have that defense, they're going to be competitive. So I'm not gonna say that Ohio State is going to run away with the league, but right now they are the best team in the conference.
They look good.
I thought Wisconsin had a chance for that, but the way they played yesterday versus Northwestern, for some reason Northwestern has that number how to slow them down.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but they do.
Yeah.
But Nebraska needs to figure it out and figure it out fast.
Well, for me, it's just watching the game. It's a different perspective on the games now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get over the win-loss column. I know we talk about. I don't want to hear moral victories and all. I just, as a fan, I got to take a different approach. Partially because I grew up in the '90s,
right.
So I was spoiled. So my outlook is win, losses, championships, and at this point, I feel like I need to take a different perspective and look at the fun in the game again. Look at the smaller wins in the game and just enjoy the game and not get so emotional and so wrapped up in the win-loss column. We all want to win. I'm not saying we shouldn't, but for now,
We're not there.
No, so
we're a long ways from being there.
I mean, otherwise I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna complain. But
I kind of like it though. I kind of like you complaining because you, like you said, you are a fan. I look at it more so because I'm more of the guy who played the game and looking at it from that direction. But you're a fan from the outside looking in, and you're like the other 98% of the people out there who are just fans.
Yeah,
and they have their opinions about what's going on, and that's what makes podcasts, sports talk radio shows, all that stuff. That's what makes it fun, because you do have a lot of guys who think they know everything but really don't. You do have a lot of guys who listen to other people and then come back and use it as their comments.
Yeah.
But then you do have some guys out there who truly study the game, who truly knows what's going on.
Well, I don't study the game, and I don't claim to know crap. But
But you're a fan.
But I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And the product on the field is hard to be a fan of right now. And it has been off and on for the last 20 years.
15 years, yes.
Yeah. It's been really hard.
Yes. And I know people, well, Tommy, you just don't like Scott. This has nothing to do with whether I like Scott or not.
Well, then you get the people also, it's like, don't be bandwagon. You're either all in or you're all out. You guys, the people that say that are freaking morons.
Yes.
Like this bandwagon, like you're 100% in or you're 100% out and you can't criticize. They'll always be my team. They'll always be my team. I will always wear Nebraska. I will always support them. Doesn't mean I have to like the product on the field.
Yes. Or it doesn't mean
I like grapes. I like grapes.
It doesn't mean that you have to always talk positive about something when it's negative or it's not going well.
That's how we get better. If we allow these people that it just drives me crazy when they live in this scarcity mindset, when they're just like, hey, we're going to take the high road. We're going to say nice things. We're going to say nice. If we don't call this out and people don't talk, nothing happens.
Yes. You can't.
Change.
You can't change or you can't help something if you just keep it to yourself.
And for those that were like I just said 20 times, I like grapes. Like, what the hell is he talking about? I was just like,
that was just your analogy.
No, but I was going to say, like, I go to the store and I get bad grapes. I'm going to complain.
I'm going to complain about a bad grapes.
I love grapes, though, but I'm going to keep eating grapes. And I was like, the whole thing, it was a bad analogy. But nevertheless, like, I see it a ton. Everybody's like, anybody complains, shut up, or anybody's like, dude, we should have these conversations or it'll never get better. And quite honestly, these conversations is now getting me to the point where I'm like, okay, I need to appreciate the game more versus the win-loss column.
And for me, I'm kind of having fun with it. That's why I say most of the stuff I do now, just to see how people are going to react. Because people truly, if you know me well enough, you know that I want Nebraska to win more than anything.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to throw stuff out there to get conversation started. Because I guarantee you, if I said it, there's other people out there thinking it.
Yeah. So what's the one thing right now, based on with the team they have right now, the one thing you would change immediately going into next week?
Offensive line. I figure out a different equation for the offensive line. I'll move guys around. I don't
know what that means from a general basic fan.
Okay, if you're having problems with your two guards, I'll slide a tackle down and move and give a guy off the bench a chance.
Yeah.
But there's something that's not working with the offensive line right now. And that's where it all starts.
Yeah.
In the first two conference games, they've looked horrible. They looked horrible.
Yeah.
And so you got to start there.
The crazy thing is against Illinois, I didn't think Martinez looked good either.
No.
Somehow he put up just a ridiculous amount of numbers still, but he didn't look good.
So that's what I'm getting. So start right that offensive line.
Remind me of Jamal Lord. Remember when he was just scrambling for his life?
Yep.
That's what it reminded me of, just scrambling for life.
Yep.
Trying to make anything happen.
So that's the you asked. That's the one place I will start right there. Shake up the offensive line. Because of what you have going right now, and if you look at the last 4 games, they really haven't played well.
No.
With the exception of a couple big plays here and there, they haven't played well.
Yeah. Mills, the first running back, got over 100 yards, and he got 62 yards on one run or something like that. Yeah. And
then you had Maurice Washington with a couple long pass on screen.
He seems like he can't get healthy.
Yeah, I said it from day one. He's that guy that's always going to have a nagging injury. Did I not say that? That you need a guy that he's one of those guys that you got to get him in space.
Yeah.
But can he stay healthy? Was my only concern, and he can't.
He makes some ridiculous cuts. That has to be hard on his knees.
Oh, it's hard on his knees and his ankles.
Holy cow. Yeah.
So, offensive line, shake-ups, change, try a different equation, try a different formula there. Because the formula that you're trying right now, not getting it done.
Yeah, as a fan, I don't think it looks like to me right now they don't have the talent to run the scheme they're running.
Well, I think they had more success with it in the eye last night.
Yeah. I was like, it was actually kind of fun to watch. And there was some success. And here's my question. Why
they caught Ohio State all by surprise.
And then they get down into the red zone and then
they go back to
what the hell? And then they didn't go back to that at all. Really at all.
I'm
not saying they would have continued to be successful.
Sometimes you outthink yourself.
I'm like, man, don't get tricky.
As coaches, sometimes you do. As players, sometimes you do.
That was the great thing about Nebraska. Not only were you guys good at it, but you weren't tricky all the time. Like, there was those plays, but like, man, you knew 90% of the time, what was about to happen.
When you have when I do know this for a fact, when you have a big physical defensive line like that,
Yeah.
fast guys flowing, you got to hit those holes quick. And last night when they got into the I formation and handed the ball off the Mills those couple times, he shot through there.
Yeah.
Because now you didn't get a defensive line opportunity the jam, release, and play gaps.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the equation. Maybe that's the formula that they might be a better I team right now.
I would love to see that.
I don't know, but
I know. I just want to see. Yeah.
But you said, there needs to be some shakeup, and maybe it'll take some of the pressure off Adrian.
Because I feel like they rely. I know there's a balance attack somewhere in there, but it seemed like the last couple of weeks they rely too much on him passing.
Yeah,
and he's not been successful for a lot of reasons. Not just his fault. He's got a lot of pressure and he's scrambling. He doesn't have the receivers he did. At least it doesn't appear.
You do what your offensive line can do, not what your quarterback can do.
Oh, that's a great. Yeah, that's the quote of the day right there.
Seriously, you do.
Yeah.
If your offensive line can't protect, then why are you putting all the pressure on the quarterback to make the right decisions when he's running around? So you do things that the offensive line can handle. Because if they're successful, then everyone else is gonna be successful.
Yep.
But when they're not successful, you're not gonna be successful. You're gonna have more things that go wrong than you do right.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it starts right up front. That's a shakeup.
It doesn't work. The equation they got going right now definitely doesn't work. That formula is.
And people say, well, they're still 3-2. We say improvement. Yes, they're 3-2. Okay, fine, they're 3-2. Is this 3-2? Is that 3-2 encouraging? Say, hey, they can win 5 more games based off what we've seen the last 2 weeks.
No, they're a bad 3-2.
Yeah,
they're a bad 3-2.
Yeah,
that's real. I mean,
that's reality, people.
Reality. They're not a good 3-2 team.
That's reality. And if they would beat Colorado, I will say, hey, they're a bad 4-1 team.
Yeah.
Based off how they played the 2 conference games they played.
Yeah, and it's not like the world's coming to an end or anything. It's just there was people drinking going back to what you were saying. They drink the Kool-Aid every year, and this year there was so much hype.
Mm-hmm.
Martinez going to be a Heisman hopeful.
Yeah, what flavor was the Kool-Aid this year? Was it grape? Was it
right.
Fruit punch?
Sucker punch.
Yeah, that's what and people they say I'm a hater, that I don't like. I just don't, because I don't like Scott. I don't want to see him succeed and all this stuff. Hey, I'm not hating. I'm not a hater. I want to see Scott succeed, because if he succeeds, that means the program is back to where it needs to be.
Yeah,
and that's my only goal for this program, is to be competitive again, be relevant again. And one guy is not the program. Okay?
Yep.
But I'm not hating. I'm just calling what I see. I don't need glasses. My eyes are, the last time I went, I have very good vision. I can see what my eyes see. I'm pretty sure your eyes are seeing the same thing. The problem is that most people are afraid to say the stuff that I say, because they're afraid of the backlash.
There's a serious, because I remember, I want to say, there's certain people that we've had on the podcast before that clearly said they would stay away from any derogatory comments or conversations, like, because of the backlash.
Yeah, backlash. What the backlash going to do?
You're not going to get that on, and I mean this nicely, because I'm not picking on Benning or Michael Severe, those guys, but I'm sure they're cautious.
They have to be, because their partnership, they have to be in.
They have a livelihood.
They have a livelihood.
Yeah,
and I get that. Which that, hey, but then sometimes they're critical too.
Well, everybody thinks, you remember there was that movie back in I think it was in the 90s, maybe close to the program. Yeah. It was like it painted Florida State. There is a program out there for every university. There's an underlining.
I think it was a school in South Carolina. It was based in South Carolina, University of South Carolina.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's stuff that happens
with with the drug use and the alcohol,
the steroids, and paying employees,
the cheating on tests.
And for those that don't think it exists here, are crazy. And I'm not saying it does. I don't know anything, but
it couldn't. I don't know.
There's an underlying. There's stuff that happens that people don't appreciate or don't like, and one of those things is that a lot of the radio shows or things around here, people can't say anything. Right. They're limited.
They're limited because they're afraid of the backlash they're going to get from the university.
The university is very powerful in this state.
Yeah, but sometimes they're too powerful because they try to control everything. They try to control
you're a great example, right? So you were part of the alumni group where and they quote me or correct me if I'm wrong, but they basically said you can't say these things.
Yeah, and I said, well, don't have me around.
Yeah,
because I'm not going to let someone tell me what I can and cannot say.
Yeah.
Now, last time I checked, this is America. We do have a freedom of speech. Now, if you don't like it, then you don't have to associate yourself with me. You don't have to associate myself with you. But you can't tell someone what they can and cannot say because it's negative.
Yeah.
I think I said a lot more positive things than I do negative. But people will just want to pick up on the controversial stuff because, he's not all in. It has nothing to do with him all in. I'm just calling what I see.
But those guys tomorrow, guess what? They're checking your Twitter account again.
Yes, and then that's more question.
Thank you for following.
Yeah, thank you for following. I think I'm up another 500.
It's like,
so I'm to the point now where I say stuff just to get reactions out of people.
Yeah, it's easy to do, especially with you.
And I'm not as harsh as I used to be.
No, you're not. You've been actually really even last night. I could tell like you had a couple of drinks. You sent me a couple of messages, and I'm like, I thought they were actually a lot nicer said.
Yeah.
Than what you might have said previously.
Yeah, I've learned how to not say them as harsh, but I put them in questions or put them in ways to where it gets people thinking.
Yeah.
But I'm still getting my point across how I'm saying it.
What's going to be interesting is see, things like the sellout. Just to see.
That's not going anywhere. People say that's not going anywhere.
No, I don't think so either. I think it'll be interesting to see. I don't think from the fan base, I personally don't think the fan base is going to change a lot. I think this is shifting to where it was once about fans following. Like we had these teams that we followed, and there was producing championships and everything. And I think that's slowly starting to shift where the team is almost just and I might say this wrong, but they're just a smaller part of the equation now, and the atmosphere and the fun of tailgating and everything that goes along with Husker football has become more than the team.
Right.
It's more of a community and an event, and it's no longer. I mean, we've had the shift over the years. So
here's what I'm seeing. Okay, last year all this hype. Oh, the Frost is in. Oh, welcome home, Scott Frost. Welcome home, Scott Frost. And people were like, okay, this is first year. He's gonna be fine. Oh, they finished strong. They won 4 of the last 6 games last year. They're trending in the right direction. Okay. This year, look what he did at UCF his second year. So they're going to be better. They're going to be better. They going to go 11-1, or they can go 10-2. And then you start playing the games. And the first victory they had, you could tell they were a little rusty, right? Then they played Colorado.
Yeah.
And what happened there? They tell of 2 teams. Yep. One comes out playing very well the first half. The second half is total debacle. Reminded me of what game? The Northwestern game the year before. Then you come back and you play, Northern Illinois?
Yep.
And you beat them pretty good, but it was still one. You should have beat them. Yeah. And then you come back and you play Illinois. You open the conference up. And here's your opportunity to say, yes, we're here. And the very first play of the game, what happens? Illinois scores a touchdown. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What's going on here? And this supposed to be a better team?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, even last night, very first play of the game, we get a penalty.
So, I mean, it's the same. I'm saying the same stuff over and over.
Yeah.
And we got to clean it up. And people say, well, we need better talent. We have talent, people. We have some good talent there. You just got to put them in positions to be successful. Do the things that they can do to be successful.
Yeah.
I saw Ohio State last night send a guy in motion, and the guy pointed and said, hey, we're in man. And that's when they did that little rub screen out to the flat. He got him in for a touchdown, a little short pass. Or they knew, I think it was fourth down. It was fourth down. Ohio State went for it, motioned the guy in, and did a quarterback sweep back to that side because they knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Right there showed me this is they did their homework on offense.
They picked us apart, so
they knew exactly what we were going to do before we did it.
Yeah.
Too predictable. But at the end of the day, this is what we have. This is what Nebraska has. And all you can do is continue hoping that they continue to improve. But I think from here on out, every game is going to be a dogfight. I'm not going to. Every game, Nebraska lose it, and every game, Nebraska win it.
Yeah.
There aren't any easy games on the schedule anymore.
Not a one.
But Ohio State looks at their schedule and says, oh, we're going to win that game. Oh, we're going to win that game. Oh, that's good.
You can't say that with us now.
You can't say that with us.
None of them.
No. And that's the reality that we're living in, people.
Yeah.
And that's the reality we're going to be living in for a long time. Because Ohio State, the only way Ohio State's going to fall off if they get in trouble by the NCAA.
Yeah. They got a system there.
They got it rolling.
Wisconsin's very similar right now.
But Wisconsin's up and down. Yeah, but Wisconsin showed last year that, hey, they're up and down.
They're going to be, it's kind of weird because you can almost see, like, Wisconsin's always going to be number 2 for a while, at least with the system they have. Maybe Iowa challenge it.
Yeah.
But Ohio State.
And I don't see anybody knocking them off the top of the mountain yet, at least in the Big Ten. I don't see it.
No.
So, but on to this week. That game's in the past.
Yeah, Northwestern.
We do. Neither one of us thought Nebraska win this weekend.
No.
And so there's no need to continue harping about it. And this Northwestern's coming up, and that's a game that Nebraska must win. They must win that game.
Yeah. ESPN, the matchup predictor, has us 68% favorite.
Yeah, this is a must-win game for Nebraska. Because they lose this one, they have no chance to win the West.
Yeah.
0. Because I don't think they're going to beat Wisconsin.
I don't either.
And I hate to say this, I don't think they're good enough to beat Iowa right now. And yes, Iowa played Tennessee State. Oh, who has Iowa really played?
Still.
But the games they played, they dominated.
Yeah.
They dominated. Iowa State was not a cupcake. Was not a slouch either.
Northwestern's already, man. They've already played Wisconsin, Michigan State, Stanford, Utah.
Yeah. They played a tough schedule.
Jesus. Yeah.
UNLV.
I'm sorry.
UNLV.
Utah was that. Yeah, UNLV. UNLV.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens this week. It's a new week. What time is that game?
I'm looking. It's to be determined.
To be determined? No, yeah. I think it should already be determined. I think they get 10 days. They have to announce it 10 days before.
ESPN has it listed as to be determined still.
Oh.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I'm almost positive they have to announce it. Who's going to carry the game 10 days before the game happens.
I think you're right. I mean, I thought 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Okay. BTN or Fox?
Fox.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. If you have DirecTV, you might not be getting Fox anymore.
Do they lose Fox?
Well, they're in negotiation right now. I keep getting those deals on the bottom of the screen that say your provider you might lose all these programs and stuff.
The streaming world is crazy right now.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, wow.
Crazy.
So I'm like, I'm paying for it. I better get it.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes before we start seeing like the various streaming packages bundled together.
Why not? I mean, I'm thinking about getting rid of just buying all that the YouTube TV or whatever.
It's almost easier to go back to cable now.
Yeah, it's almost easier. I'm just like,
it's
really
crazy now,
and it's cheaper.
Yeah, the streaming packages are getting expensive.
Yeah, but once if you get in right now,
yeah.
But just think about it. It's just easy. It's just easier though.
The problem with cable is the taxes.
Yeah,
the taxes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I predict a victory this week, Northwestern. I predict we're gonna win that game. I think we win it by 17 points. That's my prediction. But I haven't been right lately. That's why I'm not a betting man.
It's too hard to bet on this team.
That's why I'm not a betting man.
Because there's some talent there, but I don't bet either. But I would assume Nebraska wins this game.
Yeah. But they have to. I'm just saying, if they don't, this season's you're gonna see a drastic turn in the season. They don't win this week.
Wheels will come off.
The wheels will come off. the wheels will come off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. We can't afford too many more of those. Well, I don't even know.
Yeah, but it's reality though.
Yeah.
It is reality. Because I'm looking at all these other teams who have first-year head coaches, and their teams are very competitive. Look at Herm Edwards at Arizona State.
Yeah.
This is his second year.
Yeah.
And they're competing.
Yeah.
So that's what I don't get.
They're and we keep using the same excuse over and over and over as fans. First year, second year,
No,
give them their time.
Yeah, but then when you look at all the other school programs who have second-year coaches, who have first-year coaches.
Dude, let's go back. Colorado beat us this year. Dude, this is his second game coaching, and he beat us.
Hey.
Come on, man.
Hey, the best team won. The better team won that day.
They did. I mean, I questioned that day, but now I look back, I'm like,
the better team won because their coaches made the adjustments, and we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
We punched them, and they counter-punched stuff, and we just kept taking punches.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time we responded with a punch, it was too late. Momentum was on their side.
Dude, they had serious momentum too. Yeah, there was no comeback from that.
No. So Dan, you're driving back to Tennessee tonight.
Yep, tonight on the road heading to Tennessee.
So we got to figure out next time we're going to record.
We can do it remotely next Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Okay, let's do it remotely.
Keep doing it remotely. Probably use whatever
the blue jean.
Yeah, blue jeans or something. We could do Facebook Live. This would have been a good Facebook Live, but not necessarily all the time. But yeah, we'll record remotely.
Okay,
keep it going, and then probably sometime next month I'll be back up here and we can record some more content. But otherwise, yeah.
Okay,
just gotta keep the ball rolling.
Until
there's plenty of good stuff to talk about.
Yes, and I'm gonna still be the controversial prick that a lot of you call me.
We should turn it up. Turn it up. I mean,
might as well. What do I have to lose? Nothing.
Go away, Tommy.
I'm gonna go away. All right.
Go away.
I'm gonna go. Those are the people.
Don't be a hater.
Those are the people. Yeah, that's the best one. I'm a hater.
You're a hater.
What am I hating on mediocrity? Yeah. I hate on you when you win it. No, I don't hate on losers.
Yeah. This is reality.
Yes.
I mean, just go. Not to drag this out even longer, but let's go look at the money that's coming into the university now compared to if they're winning or the winning season. No, I'm not buying tickets.
That's another thing. That new $150 million facility.
Yeah,
you build it, they're gonna come. Now, I have a mindset. Is it needed? Probably so. Yeah, you got to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
But reward people for the people who deserve it. Yeah. Win and build it.
Yeah,
because if you can win without a facility, then you should be able to do anything you want with a facility.
Yeah.
But if you need a facility to bring it so you can help you win, then what does it say about the culture and the atmosphere down there now?
Dude, remember you were telling me about you guys are the North End Zone and the practice.
North practice facility in North End Zone.
Like how much of a crap hole that was?
Yes. So that's what all the walk-ons and then the people in the red shirts, they dressed out.
Yeah.
But Nebraska still won. The only upgrade they did when I was there was they took out those steel lockers and put the wooden that little composite wood lockers up in there, and then they put the TVs up my senior year after the first championship.
Yeah,
but that was about the only upgrade they really did.
I get it; they got to do it for
it's companies trying to keep it and everything. Trying to keep but I guess
it's a lot of money.
A lot of money. The hope that when you build, they're gonna come.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, no, but everybody else is getting better, and Nebraska's staying where they were. I guess until next week, we'll see what other conversation we can have about it.
Yep.
Hopefully it's a more encouraging, positive one.
Or give us something else more controversial to talk about.
Oh, I'll do that.
Either way.
I'll do that.
All right. So, next week we'll do a Facebook Live or whatever on Sunday. Otherwise, you go to touchdowntommy.com. Touchdown. Yep. Twitter, Touchdown Tommy.
At Touchdown Tommy.
Touchdown
everything is Touchdown Tommy.
Yeah.
Everything. So
everything.
Hashtag
Touchdown
hater.
Tommy.
Touchdown Tommy hater. Hashtag hater. I'm like
hater.
I'm like Fitzpatrick. Just send it to my email. Hashtag I don't care.
All right.
Till next week.
Yep. Later.